To some, it's just another small third-world country, so poor it's hardly worth exploiting. To others, Haiti is the place where voodoo and zombies come from. To a few, Haiti is a thorn, one that deeply pierces their moral conscience.
The next day, we all traveled to Limon on what the natives called the banana train, or jungle train. The ride lasted 6 hours as we traveled through cities, through mountains, and by rivers.
Asia, the 80s. These words have become synonymous with Church of God missionary efforts during the current decade.
Relating on a Tri-S trip takes place on many levels. Major emphasis in many of these trips lies in the work projects to be accomplished. The aim of this trip was to complete some necessary additions to La Iglesia de Dios, the Church of God in Santo Domingo.
Since the focus of the church had turned inward, there was no effort to translate the Bible into Arabic. The peoples of the Arabian Peninsula were virtually ignored by the same Christian church that had once had a very effective outreach. The sad fact is that it had now lost its spiritual power and vision. The majestic beauty that surrounds and permeates the island has found its way into the hearts of Cayman residents. It's reflected in their natural friendliness and easygoing ways.
Myrna didn't usually like to talk in front of people, but that day was different.
Listen, what happened to my sister Lisa was stupid. Do you hear me? Stupid. Lisa had never even been drunk before, but she just drank enough to fog up her head, so she wasn't as careful as she would have been.
In some respects, even as we start moving missionaries in and out of these places, we open our airplanes up also to not just missionaries, to anybody who wants to fly. So there's more people wanting on the plane than what you have seats, and that's a normal thing. So there's a bit of stress involved with trying to decide then who is exactly going to get on the airplane and fly.
Haiti is just a short plane hop from Miami. But in many ways, it might as well be on another planet. Images of this vast continent have embedded themselves in our collective imaginations. Born romantic ideas of untrespassed jungles, lost civilizations, vast herds of exotic animals, and isolated, mysterious tribes.
Operating and maintaining this vital network is a challenge. The station transmitter sites are often in remote locations, even by Haitian standards. Maintaining these facilities is an adventure in itself.
While perestroika brought about the collapse of communism and glasnost gave birth to new freedoms, many Russians now find themselves and their society precipitously close to chaos.
In the late 1940s, Costa Rica abolished its army. Its long-standing democracy and political stability make Costa Rica an attractive base for missions.
Tending cattle is every Maasai's sacred task. They believe God has given them responsibility for all the cattle in the world. For hundreds of years, they have freely roamed this fragile land and raised great herds upon it.
There's some seasons when they will eat, and others when they will literally not eat.
Throughout its 4-century past, strategic has been a key word in describing the city of Natal and the state of Rio Grande do Norte in Brazil's northeast. From the Fort of the Three Kings, established in 1599, to the Hell's Barrier Launching Center, built in 1964.
Life for a street child in Nairobi actually is having a very bad impact, because this child in the city is introduced to drugs, introduced to prostitution, introduced to even theft, and that kind of life makes this child become very hard.
I'm in a global business program, and on this trip I'm actually getting credit. I got to actually meet with the owner of the Island Jerk restaurant. It was great just to be able to experience, just to understand more about his business, how he started it, the different opportunities that he has here that we don't have in the United States, starting a business.
Against this stark backdrop that seems to indicate Christianity is unwelcome here, stands a paradox in the capital city of Tokyo. Tamagawa Segakuen, a Christian mission school of more than 1,000 junior and senior high school girls. The vibrant success of Tamase may seem like a surprise to many. Why would Japanese parents wish to send their daughters to such a school?
In 1993, John came back here, and ever since he has been here with us regularly.
Oui, moi ça, Oui, okay. And she has a little eye infection. I think she's gotten something into it.
You probably see the clouds all the way over there, or you see the mountain, and people walk from beyond the mountain all the way to here. So some live 3 a.m. in the morning, the house, and they make it here around 9 a.m. So that's about 6 hours of walk.
Angel's family is typical of the children served around the world through Children of Promise, in that they live below the poverty line. Their housing is very, very small and substandard. 3 of the 5 of them sleep on the floor with no bedding. They eat very simply. However, they're not typical in that a lot of the children we serve do not have the benefit of 2 parents. They don't have the benefit of that family unit.
Care